press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello children. Subject social science. Topic rise of new religion. Rise of new religion. Okay. In this class we study about rise of new religions. Class 6th. Okay. In this class we study about the biography of Mahavira. Understood? The biography of Mahavira, and we understand the preachings of Mahavira. We study about Mahavira. We discussed here Mahavira. Okay. See here. Now we talk about Jainism. Which religion? Jainism. We already learned about Buddhism, isn't it? Gautama Buddha was the founder of Buddhism, isn't it? Now we talk about Mahavira or Jainism. Jainism. Okay. See here, now we study about life of Mahavira. In previous class we already learned about the Gautama Buddha, Buddhism, isn't it? That were different from Vedic philosophy. In our previous class we already learned about Vedic philosophy, isn't it? And then we already studied about the Buddhism and Gautama Buddha. These two religions entirely, Buddhism and Jainism, these two religions entirely different from Vedic philosophy, isn't it? Gautama Buddha and Mahavira were the harbingers of new religions. Harbingers means already I told, protectors, isn't it? One who guided these two religions called harbingers, isn't it? Yes children, see here we already learnt about why did the new religions emerge, why these two religions took birth, isn't it? During the Vedic period what happened? Rituals like yaga and yajnas needed animal sacrifice, isn't it? In Vedic period we already learned this, rituals like yagas, so many people in Vedic period they were conducted yagas and yajnas, isn't it? They needed animal sacrifice. These yagas and yajnas needed animal sacrifices, isn't it? In these rituals animal sacrifice were conducted. Okay, this affected food production. They faced a shortage of the food shortage due to the food were given to the fire, isn't it? We learned Vedic period there was a lot of food shortage due to the food were due to fire, isn't it? Apart from these food grains, milk and ghee were offered as havisu and burnt in the fire. See, one wrong idea in the minds of the people during this period, people strongly believed that if he performs yajnas and yagas, only they will get the mukti, isn't it? And then we see due to the Varna system, social disintegration set in. See, we studied about Varna system in society during this period. So the society was divided into 4 Varnas, social disintegration set in, isn't it? We see there led to the social discrimination. It means differentiation, isn't it? In order to avoid this 2600 years ago, what happened years ago, many 62 new religions took birth, isn't it? Avoid these rituals, 2600 years ago, what happened? It means 62 new religions took birth. Among those religions, Buddhism and Jainism are very important among them, are considered very important, isn't it? Gautama Buddha was the founder of the Buddhism and Mahavira was the important Tirthankara, isn't it? In Jainism, Gautama Buddha was the founder of the Buddhism And Mahavira was the important Tirthankara of Jainism. So he was a Tirthankara. Understood? Gautama Buddha founded Buddhism. Both these were Kshatriyas. Both these were Kshatriyas belonging to a clan of republics. Means republic means I told that kingdom, isn't it? Ruled by the king. Both these were Kshatriyas. They came forward to found the new religions. Okay, children. See here, now we talk about Jainism, life of Mahavira. Now we study about life of Mahavira. Life of Mahavira. Okay. See here, Mahavira is the 24th Tirthankara. He was 24th Tirthankara. Mahavira is the 24th Tirthankara. Tirthankara. Okay. He was the 24th Tirthankara and preached Jainism. Mahavira preached which religion, children? He preached Jainism. He preached Jainism. He was born 2500 years ago. He was born 2500 years ago. Okay. See here, he was born at Kundagrama. He was born at Kundagrama near Vaishali. He was born at Kundagrama. Kundagrama. Okay, near Vaishali. See here, Vardhamana's father was Siddhartha. His father name was Siddhartha. His father name was Siddhartha. Okay. What is the name of what is the father name was Mahavira? Siddhartha was the father name of Mahavira. Mahavira's father name was Siddhartha. Siddhartha was father of Mahavira. Understood, children? See here. Vardhaman's father. Vardhamana means his early name. His earlier name was Vardhamana. Whose earlier name was Vardhamana, children? Mahavira's earlier name was Vardhamana. His earlier name was, Mahavira's earlier name was Vardhamana. Vardhamana. Okay. Vardhamana. See here, he was 24th Tirthankara. Understood? Now we study about life of Mahavira. He was 24th Tirthankara of Jainism. He was born 2500 years ago. He was born at Kundagrama. He was born at Kundagrama near Vaishali. Okay. And then his father name was Siddhartha. Here see, Mahavira's earlier name was Vardhamana. Okay. See here, Siddhartha, a rich Kshatriya. He was rich Kshatriya and the head of the Kundagrama. Understood, children? Vardhamana's father was Siddhartha, a rich Kshatriya and the head of the Kundagrama. Vardhamana's mother was Trishila Devi. His mother name was Trishila Devi. His mother name was Trishila Devi. Okay. See here, his mother name was Trishila Devi. Vardhamana left his home in search of enlightenment. Why he was left his home, children? Because he left his home in search of enlightenment. Okay. And he spent some time as a Digambara Muni. Okay. And then later he spent 12 years. How many years? He spent 12 years in penance. Penance means tapassu maduvudu, kathina tapassu. Okay, and become a jina. After the 12 years he did penance and then later he became a jina. Jina means what? Jina means the one who has conquered. Jina, he became jina. Okay, jina means what? One who conquered, one who conquered attachment, one who has conquered attachment or moha. Okay, once again, his followers are called as Jains. Who follows the Mahavira? They called as Jains. Understood? His followers called Jains. Mahavira preached to people from all classes. He preached all classes people. He left his body. He was died at Pavapuri in present Bihar. He was died at Pavapuri. Now present it is Bihar, Pavapuri. Okay, once again, see here children, now we study about life of Mahavira, Jainism. Understood? We discussed here which religion? Jainism. See here, now we study here, discussed here life of Mahavira, isn't it? He was the 24th Tirthankara of Jainism. He was the 24th Tirthankara and he was born how many years ago? 2500 years ago he was born. He was born 2500 years ago and he was born at Kundagrama near Vaishali. Okay, see here his father name was Siddhartha. Okay, see here his earlier name was Vardhamana. Mahavira's earlier name was Vardhamana. Okay, his father name was Siddhartha and his mother name was Trishala Devi. Okay, see here Jina, he became Jina. How many years? He left his home in search of enlightenment, isn't it? He spent so many years he spent 12 years in penance and then he became Jina. Okay, Jina means what children? Who has conquered attachment. One who has conquered attachment is called Jina. Okay, his followers are called Jains. Understood? Mahavira preached to people all classes. From all classes he left his body or he was died at Pavapuri in present Bihar. Okay, see here. Now we learned about the life of Mahavira, isn't it? He was the 24th Tirthankara of Jainism. Digamba means what? Digambara means a person who did not wearing clothes. Understood children? He spent 12 years. He spent how many years? 12 years in hard penance. And he became a Jina. Okay, he spent 12 years in hard penance and then he became Jina. Okay, it means who has conquered attachment, moha. Andre ತ್ಯಜಿಸಿದವನು, ಇಂದ್ರಿಯ ನಿಗ್ರಹವನ್ನ ಮಾಡುವುದು. Okay, he should be away from the worldly life. He should be away from the worldly life. He wanted detachment from the worldly life. Understood? Who followed him? They became to be called as Jains. Who followed him? They became to be called as Jains. He did not differentiate or made any differences. He preached all the people. He left his body at Pavapuri in present Bihar. That means he died. He was died. He died place called as Pavapuri in present Bihar. Okay children, see here, it is life of Mahavira. Okay, now we study about the teachings of Mahavira. The teachings of Mahavira. Mahavira teachings. Mahavira's teachings. What he taught? Mahavira, Vardhamana Mahavira taught non-violence. He gave importance to non-violence. Okay? He taught non-violence. Okay, to his disciples, Vardhamana Mahavira taught non-violence to his disciples or students, followers, understood children? He wanted them not to commit theft and amassing wealth, understood? He did not allow to theft and amassing wealth, understood children? He preached celibacy or brahmacharya. Jainism has given more prominence to non-violence than any other religion. He preached celibacy and then he wanted them not to commit theft and amassing wealth. He preached celibacy, brahmacharya. Okay, Jainism has given more prominence to non-violence. They followed non-violence. Okay, than any other religion in the world. Mahavira's teachings are continuation of 23rd Tirthankara Parshvanatha. Who was the 23rd Tirthankara of Jainism, children? Parshvanatha. Parshvanatha was the 23rd Tirthankara of Jainism. Okay. Here we see Mahavira's teachings are the continuation of 23rd. He continued the Tirthankara Parshvanatha. Okay. Mahavira's teachings are continuation of 23rd Tirthankara Parshvanatha. Okay. Later two sects named Digambara and Shvetambara emerged in Jainism. Jainism divided into two parts. First one is Digambara and Shvetambara. The followers of Parshvanatha who used to wear white cloth, they were called Shvetambara. Understood? The followers of Mahavira who used to wear no clothes, understood, became Digambara. Understood children? See here in Jainism divided into two parts. First one Digambaras and Shvetambaras. See here. Digambaras. Jainism divided into two parts. First one is Digambara and another one is Shvetambara. Who was Shvetambara? And who Digambaras? Who followed the Parshvanatha, who used to wear white cloth. Which type cloth? White cloth. They wore white cloth, became Shvetambara. Who used to wear white cloth? Became Shvetambara. The followers of Mahavira who used to wear no clothes became Digambara. Okay, Shravanabelagola of Karnataka is the famous Jain religious center. Shravanabelagola of Karnataka is the famous Jain religion centers. Okay, see here Digambara and Shvetambara. In Mahavira, he taught away from the violence, don't steal, celibacy. Okay, see here Jainism is famous for the non-violence. Jainism is famous for the non-violence. He gave more importance for non-violence, isn't it? So Jainism was divided into two groups. How many groups? Two groups. Jainism divided into two groups. First one is Digambaras and Shvetambaras. Understood children? Once again I will repeat. Jainism was divided into two groups, Digambaras and Shvetambaras. Digambara and Shvetambara. So Digambaras, they were not wearing clothes. Digambaras, they were not wearing clothes. Okay, this means they wanted to be detached. They wanted to be detached from the worldly life. Who? Digambaras. Okay, next Shvetambara. Shvetambara means they were wearing clothes white. They were wearing white clothes. Okay, even today if you go to Shravana Belagola, you come across Digambaras and Shvetambaras. Understood, children? You will find the people who are Digambaras wear the white clothes. Understood? Once again, see here, Digambaras, the followers of Parshvanatha, who used to wear white cloth, became Shvetambara. The followers of Mahavira, who used to wear no clothes, became Digambara. Understood, children? Digambaras, they were not wearing clothes. This means they wanted to be detached from the worldly life. Shvetambara means they were wearing white cloths. Even today, isn't it? If we go to Shravana Belagola, we will come across Digambaras and Shvetambaras. See here, Shravana Belagola of Karnataka is the famous Jain religion center. Which is the famous Jain religion center in Karnataka, children? Shravana Belagola of Karnataka is the famous Jainism religious center. If you got opportunity, visit this place. Okay. Next, 5 moral principles in Jainism. In the Jainism, they are ahimsa. Ahimsa means what? Non-violence. He gave importance for non-violence. Second one is satya. Satya means what, children? Truth. Truth. He preached the people always to follow the path of truth. Okay. Third one is asteya, non-stealing. Okay. Fourth one is aparigraha, non-possession, beyond the need. Okay, not to accumulate the wealth. Whatever you need, you have that much only. Okay, don't amass wealth more than needed. Who taught this? Mahavira taught. Okay, brahmacharya, keeping senses under control, celibacy, away from the worldly life. Understood? These were the 5 moral principles of the Jainism. Which are these, children? They are, first one is ahimsa, moral principles. Ahimsa. Okay. Second one, satya. Third one, asteya. Okay. Fourth one, aparigraha. Non-possession. Fifth one, brahmacharya or celibacy. Brahmacharya. Keeping senses under control, celibacy. Okay, children, see here. ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಜೈನ ಧರ್ಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಜೈನ ಧರ್ಮ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಮಹಾವೀರನ ಜೀವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, 24ನೇ ತೀರ್ಥಂಕರನಾದ ಮಹಾವೀರನು ಜೈನ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ಪ್ರಚುರಪಡಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರು? 24ನೇ ತೀರ್ಥಂಕರ ಯಾರು? ಜೈನ ಧರ್ಮದ 24ನೇ ತೀರ್ಥಂಕರ ಮಹಾವೀರ. ಓಕೆ, ಈತನು ಸುಮಾರು 2500 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ವೈಶಾಲಿ ಸಮೀಪದ ಕುಂದ ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವನು ಜನಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರು? ಮಹಾವೀರ. ಮಹಾವೀರ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸ್ತಾನೆ? ವೈಶಾಲಿ ಸಮೀಪದ ಕುಂದ ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ? 2500 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇವನು ವೈಶಾಲಿ ಸಮೀಪದ ಕುಂದ ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಆತನ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಹೆಸರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವನ ಮೊದಲ ಹೆಸರು ಏನು? ವರ್ಧಮಾನ. ಮಹಾವೀರನ ಮೊದಲ ಹೆಸರು ವರ್ಧಮಾನ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿಹಿಯರ್ ಆತನ ತಂದೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾರ್ಥ ಒಂದು ಕುಲವೊಂದರ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥನಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಇವನ ತಾಯಿ ಹೆಸರು ತ್ರಿಶಿಲಾದೇವಿ. ವರ್ಧಮಾನ ದಿವ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುವುದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಅವನು ಮನೆಯನ್ನ ತೊರೆದು ಹೊರ ನಡೀತಾನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ತ್ಯಜಿಸಿ ಕೆಲಕಾಲ ದಿಗಂಬರ ಮುನಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಂಚರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಅನಂತರ 12 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ತಪಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ದಿವ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ಪಡೆದು ಜಿನ ಎನಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ದಿವ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ, ಎನ್ಲೈಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಿವ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ 12 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಸತತವಾಗಿ 12 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ತಪಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಅವನು ದಿವ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ಪಡೆದು ಜಿನ ಎಂದು ಕರೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರು? ಮಹಾವೀರ. ಓಕೆ, ಜಿನ ಎಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಜಿನ ಎಂದರೆ ಮೋಹವನ್ನು ಎಂದು ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ಈತನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳೇ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವನನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡೋರನ್ನ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಜೈನರು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಮಹಾವೀರನು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವರ್ಗದವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಉಪದೇಶವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಿಹಾರದ ಪಾವಾಪುರಿ ಎಂಬಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ದೇಹ ತ್ಯಾಗವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮರಣವನ್ನ ಹೊಂದುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಓಕೆ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಹಾವೀರನ ಬೋಧನೆಗಳು. ವರ್ಧಮಾನ ಮಹಾವೀರನು ಹಿಂಸೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಕಳ್ಳತನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಸಂಪತ್ತಿನ ಸಂಗ್ರಹ ಮಾಡದಿರಲು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸಂಪತ್ತನ್ನು, ನಮ್ಮ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆಗಿಂತ ಮೀರಿ ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸಂಪತ್ತನ್ನು ನಾವು ಗಳಿಸಬಾರ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಸುಳ್ಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳದಿರಲು ತನ್ನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಬೋಧಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಏನ್ ಬೋಧಿಸ್ತಾನ ಅವನು? ಹಿಂಸೆ, ಕಳ್ಳತನ, ಸಂಪತ್ತಿನ ಸಂಗ್ರಹ ಮಾಡದಿರಲು, ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳದಿರಲು ತನ್ನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವನು ಬೋಧಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಚರ್ಯವನ್ನ ಆಚರಿಸಲು ಕರೆ ನೀಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಚರ್ಯವನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಚರಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಹಿಂಸೆಗೆ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಮತ್ಯಾವ ಧರ್ಮವೂ ಕೂಡ ನೀಡದಿರುವಷ್ಟು ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನ ಜೈನ ಧರ್ಮ ನೀಡುತ್ತೆ. ಮಹಾವೀರನ ಬೋಧನೆಯು 24ನೇ ತೀರ್ಥಂಕರ ಪಾರ್ಶ್ವನಾಥನ ಬೋಧನೆಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 23ನೇ ತೀರ್ಥಂಕರ ಯಾರು? ಪಾರ್ಶ್ವನಾಥ ಅವರ ಬೋಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಇವನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರು? ಮಹಾವೀರ. ಓಕೆ, ಮುಂದೆ ಜೈನ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ವೇತಾಂಬರ ಮತ್ತೆ ದಿಗಂಬರ ಎಂದು 2 ಗುಂಪುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. 2 ಪಂಥಗಳು ಹುಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತವೆ. ಬಿಳಿಯ ವಸ್ತ್ರ ತೊಡುವ ಪಾರ್ಶ್ವನಾಥನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳು ಶ್ವೇತಾಂಬರರಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಶ್ವನಾಥನನ್ನ ಅನುಸರಿಸುವರು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಶ್ವನಾಥನನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡೋರು. ಅವನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳು ಯಾವ ಬಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನ ಧರಿಸ್ತಾರವರು? ಪಾರ್ಶ್ವನಾಥನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳು ಬಿಳಿ ವಸ್ತ್ರವನ್ನ ಧರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಶ್ವೇತಾಂಬರರು. ಬಿಳಿ ವಸ್ತ್ರವನ್ನ ಧರಿಸುವವರು. ಪಾರ್ಶ್ವನಾಥನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಶ್ವೇತಾಂಬರರು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನಂತರ ದಿಗಂಬರರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು? ಬಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನ ಧರಿಸದ ಮಹಾವೀರನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳು ದಿಗಂಬರರು ಎನಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಶ್ರವಣಬೆಳಗೊಳ ಜೈನರ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಜೈನ ಮತದಲ್ಲಿ 5 ನೈತಿಕ ತತ್ವಗಳಿವೆ. ಅವು ಯಾವುದು? ಅಹಿಂಸೆ, ಸತ್ಯ, ಆಸ್ತೇಯ, ಅಪರಿಗ್ರಹ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕ್ಕಿಂತಲೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸದೆ ಇರುವುದು, ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಚರ್ಯ, ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳನ್ನು ತನ್ನ ವಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು. ಇವು ಜೈನ ಧರ್ಮದ ನೈತಿಕ ತತ್ವಗಳು. 5 moral principles in the Jainism. Which are these? They are ahimsa. Ahimsa means what? Non-violence. Satya, truth. Asteya, non-stealing. Aparigraha, non-possession beyond the need. Brahmacharya, keeping senses under control. Celibacy. Okay, children. Then we study about Mahajanapadas and republics. Mahajanapadas. Mahajanapadas. Mahajanapadas and republics. In the same period, Mahajanapadas, let us go back 2500 years ago in time. That was the time when Buddha lived. Okay, Buddha lived. There were 16 kingdoms. How many kingdoms? 16 kingdoms, big and small. Some kingdoms were big and some kingdoms were small in the Sindhu-Ganga plain. These kingdoms are called Mahajanapadas. Understood? Among them Magadha, Kosala and Vatsa were famous Mahajanapadas. Which are the famous Mahajanapadas, children? Magadha, Kosala and Vatsa. Famous Mahajanapadas. Which are these? Magadha, Kosala and Vatsa. These were the famous Mahajanapadas during that period. They were ruled by the kings. Here we see these Mahajanapadas ruled by the kings. Okay children, see here. Buddha lived about 2500 years ago. Okay. On the bank of the river Sindhu and Ganga, there were more than 16 kingdoms. How many kingdoms? More than 16 kingdoms. There were big kingdoms also and small kingdom. These kingdoms are called Mahajanapadas. These kingdoms are called Mahajanapadas. The kingdoms which were ruled by the kings, okay, came to be called as Mahajanapadas. Among those kingdoms, Magadha, Vatsala and Kosa were the very famous Mahajanapadas. Understood children? Next, republics. In the same period, many states had representative governments. They were called republics. What is republics, children? See here. During that period, many states had representative governments. They were called republics. Okay. The most important among the republic was Vajji. Very important republic was Vajji. Okay. Or Vrijji. It was a union of many republics. Vaishali city of Bihar was its capital. Vaishali city. Which city? Vaishali city of Bihar was its capital. See here. The most important among Vajji, it was union of many republics. Its capital city was Vaishali. Vaishali city. Okay. Vaishali city, Vajji had a sabha. It had a sabha consisting of elder and younger members taking care of the administration. They will help administration. We see here sabha. Sabha consisting. Vajji had a sabha. It consisting of elder and younger members taking care of the administration. Members of the sabha were addressed to Raja. They addressed to Raja. All matters related to the union were discussed at the sabha meetings. Republics means Ganarajya anta heltivi. Okay. We learn in civics. So the kingdoms where we will have the representatives. So the kingdoms, they will have the representative or presentation of the people. Okay, they were called as republics. Once again, so the kingdoms were, we will have the representative or presentation of the people. The kingdoms where we will have the representative or presentation of the people, they were called republics. Okay. Many republics were united together. And Vaishali was the capital city of this union of republics. In Vedic period, there were two committees, Sabha and Samiti, isn't it? Political committees. In the same way, Vajji, there was Sabha. Understood children? It means ಮಹಾಜನಪದಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯಗಳು ಅಂದರೆ 2500 ವರ್ಷಗಳಷ್ಟು ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಅದು ಬುದ್ಧನ ಕಾಲ. ಅದು ಬುದ್ಧನ ಕಾಲ. ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಧು ಮತ್ತು ಗಂಗಾ ನದಿ ಬಯಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ 16 ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪುಟ್ಟ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳು ಇದ್ವು ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆಗಲೇ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಬೌದ್ಧರ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಹಾಜನಪದಗಳು ಎಂದು ಕರೆಯಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪುಟ್ಟ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಸಿಂಧು ಗಂಗಾ ಬಯಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಯಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ 16 ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪುಟ್ಟ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಬೌದ್ಧ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಮಹಾಜನಪದಗಳು ಎಂದು ಕರೆಯಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗಧ, ಕೋಸಲ ಮತ್ತು ವತ್ಸ ಎಂಬ ಮಹಾಜನಪದ ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜರ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯಗಳು, ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಸ್. ಇದೇ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜರು ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಜನಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು, ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಜನರಿಂದ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು, ಜನಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಮಹಾಜನಪದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜರ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯ ಇರುವಂತಹ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಜನರಿಂದ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್? ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯಗಳು ಎಂದು ಕರೆಯುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದದ್ದು ವಜ್ಜಿ, ರುಜಿ ಅಥವಾ ವಜ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ವಜ್ಜಿ ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯ. ಅವು ಹಲವಾರು ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ಒಂದು ಒಕ್ಕೂಟ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಯಾವುದು? ವಜ್ಜಿ. ಬಿಹಾರದ ವೈಶಾಲಿ ಪಟ್ಟಣವು ಅದರ ರಾಜಧಾನಿ. ಈ ವಜ್ಜಿಯ ರಾಜಧಾನಿಯಾಗಿ ವೈಶಾಲಿ ಪಟ್ಟಣ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಹಾರದ ವೈಶಾಲಿ ಪಟ್ಟಣ ಅದರ ರಾಜಧಾನಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದು, ವಜ್ಜಿಯ ಒಕ್ಕೂಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿರಿಯ ಮತ್ತು ಕಿರಿಯರ ಸದಸ್ಯರನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡ ಒಂದು ಸಭೆಯು ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸಭಾ ಸದಸ್ಯರನ್ನ ರಾಜ ಎಂದು ಸಂಬೋಧಿಸಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸಭಾ ಸದಸ್ಯರನ್ನು ರಾಜ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಕ್ಕೂಟಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಚರ್ಚೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವು. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ the Vajji had a sabha consisting of elder and younger members taking care of the administration. Member of the sabha were addressed Raja. All matters related to the union were discussed at the sabha meeting. They addressed, members of the sabha were addressed Raja. Okay, thank you children.